Hey, what's up guys? This is Nick at Barband HQ. Today I'm going to be reviewing Muscle Milk's Lean Muscle Protein Powder. So Muscle Milk is owned by CytoSport. They're based in California, and I feel like the Muscle Milk brand is kind of synonymous with protein shakes these days, you know? It's probably not the most popular one in terms of the supplement stores, but it's probably the most ubiquitous protein shake you can find. You know, you can see it in basically any fridge at 7-Eleven. They're well known for the pre-made shakes that you can get at your convenience store, but they also have protein bars, and here they also have coffee drinks actually. But this is their protein powder. This is a chocolate flavor, so I'm going to try it with milk. Well, it mixes very well. It's not too frothy. It doesn't taste good. It's a very, I guess it's like a dark cocoa flavor if I was going to say anything. Yeah, it's a dark flavor, but it's not very rich, and it really kind of sticks to the tongue. Yeah, and it's a little bit reminiscent of space food. It's not the best protein powder I've had. All right, so let's see how it tastes with water. You know, weirdly enough, I actually find it a little bit more drinkable with water. I guess probably because the taste isn't amplified so much. It's sort of watered down a little more. So yeah, I find it more enjoyable with water. That's not saying much though. All right, let's check out the nutrition info. There's a lot to talk about here actually. So one scoop gives you 150 calories. In that you get 16 grams of protein, you get 9 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of fat, 2 of which are saturated. So it's not an especially high protein powder. To be fair, it does sort of position itself more as like an ideal form of protein, carbs, and fats. That's sort of like what the brand's sort of going for. And the fat it has some medium chain triglycerides, monounsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat. So they really try and emphasize that they're healthy fats. Besides that, it has 25% of your daily intake of calcium, which is impressive. And it's actually, despite the high fat content, it's very low in cholesterol. It's got 3% of your daily intake, and it's low in sodium as well. What they've also done here is, I guess it's not really strictly a protein shake, because they have, in addition to the fact that it has a pretty decent amount of fat and carbs, they've got a ton of vitamins and minerals in here as well. So these are just sort of like added in, and there's roughly 15% of basically every vitamin you might want. There's vitamins A, C, iron, vitamin D, E, B6, B12, riboflavin. There's even 50% of your daily magnesium, zinc, and copper. So that was a nice addition. Yeah, it sort of acts as not a particularly strong multivitamin, but it definitely brings something to the table. So let's check out the ingredients. It's a very long ingredients list. This is just because they had to add in all these ingredients to get the vitamin and mineral content in there. But the big players are, you got the protein blend. It's not actually pure whey. The first ingredient is actually casein, calcium sodium caseinate rather. Then you got milk protein isolate, which is a mix of whey and calcium, whey and casein. Then whey protein isolate, whey protein hydrolysate, whey protein concentrate. And they've also added some glutamine and taurine, which is sort of a nice benefit for some people. In addition to that, you get maltodextrins, the sweetener, cocoa, sunflower oil, corn fiber. You get the fats, you get canola oil as well, some fructose, medium chain triglycerides, natural and artificial flavors, dicalcium phosphate, and then there's all the vitamins and minerals. It also contains soy lecithin to help mixability, and it has the artificial sweeteners sucralose, also called Splenda, and acesulfame potassium. So those are the most important ingredients. So let's check out the price. So for this is actually a little bit bigger than usual tub. It's 2.47 pounds. The average tub is like 2 pounds for other protein blends. That's $25. So for $25, that's on Amazon. You get 32 servings. So that winds up at 78 cents per serving, or 4.9 cents per gram of protein. Some people think that it's a bit sort of overthinking it to go into cents per gram of protein, but actually it's important with muscle milk because it actually provides a lot less protein per serving than a lot of the other brands. So while 79 cents per serving is pretty inexpensive, 4.9 cents per gram of protein it's not crazy cheap. So it's actually, as far as grams per protein goes, it's more expensive than like Optimal Nutrition, Muscle Farm, Muscle Tech, Cellucor, and even like a 4-pound tub of gym, which is considered a pretty high-end protein, is 5.1 cents per gram of protein. So it's not actually a big difference between those two. So that's something you gotta keep in mind. So what I like about muscle milk is, I mean, it's really, really low in sodium and low in cholesterol, which are like 2 pain points for a lot of people when it comes to protein powder. I like that they added a bit of taurine per serve as well. And the biggest benefit, though, far and away, is the fact they added so many vitamins and minerals into the mix. So I really like that it gives a solid nutrition boost in addition to the macronutrient boost. I wasn't quite so crazy about the ingredients list in muscle milk. It contains soy, it contains corn, it contains seed oils, canola oil, which like a lot of people try and stay clear of. It contains the artificial sweeteners acesulfame potassium and sucralose, which some people take issue with, particularly acesulfame potassium. It's made in a facility that has milk, soy, wheat, and eggs. Yeah, and in addition to that, it doesn't contain any digestive enzymes, and it does contain lactose. You know, a lot of protein powders, they add in like some lactase or aminogen or something like that to help improve digestive problems for people with sensitive stomachs. That's not here, so if you do have trouble digesting protein powders, it might not be the one for you. Alright, so those are my thoughts on Muscle Milk's protein powder. For the full review, you can check out the link below at barbend.com.